Not off the top of my head, but I'm sure I'll have lots of questions as we go along.
Sure. How about you, Lamb or Noah or Jared?
I'm good.
Oh, where do I put resistance at? Or don't worry about that at the moment.
So you look at your character sheet, the first page. Look
Yeah.
at the top right corner and go down, and then you see where it says speed. Right below that, it should say damage reduction. And a little box below that. And it's right above skills.
Okay, I see damage reduction. Okay.
Yep. So that's where I like to put DR and SR. You just have to write
Okay.
down. So if it's like, I guess to explain it, if it says DR 5 adamantine, right? That means you have damage reduction 5 unless it's adamantine. I don't know why you would have that, but same thing with spell
No,
resistance.
Well, if you're
There's
one of
anything
the,
it'll tell you.
I forget which world it is, but the ones that are the androids.
Why do they put damage reduction and spell resistance so far apart? They serve like similar functions. What the
They
heck?
do. That's why I like to write my spell resistance up top, and I write it in the same spot too, but it's just so if I don't look there, I have it in a second spot, because I don't typically think to look there.
Okay, that's really stupid. Not talking about
Okay,
something about
Sorry,
D&D
Tate
and
was
talking
saying
about
something, so I missed if you asked if I had a question about something.
Yeah,
the
did you have any
character
questions about the character sheet before we start? So this way I can answer it before we get into the actual making of them. Like something you don't understand.
I was trying with non-class skills. If you only have a half rank, they're still untrained, right? So you can't use them if they need to be trained.
Hello?
Hey,
Hi.
Oh, just barely off time.
yep.
On time?
It's fucking astounding.
Now
supposed
we're
to
also
start
just
a
waiting
minute
for
ago.
Kelb to come back as well. Or is Kelb
He's-
back?
he's
I
been
said
here.
back.
Oh,
He's been
Damn it,
here.
Marcus. What the fuck's wrong with you?
Well, the reason I asked is because I have 5 resistance to cold, acid, and
Really shut the
electricity. I
fucking
believe.
password in the general tab
Mhm.
there.
Well, those are
Really?
energy resistant,
Really,
but
Gabe?
yes.
Cold, electricity, and acid, yeah. So I
Damn it,
didn't
that
know
means I
where
can't
needed to
cast
put
spells
that.
at Dmoice very well.
No, not really.
That sucks.
Oh, by the way, Marcus.
There's a reason he has level adjustments.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
I'm sure you notice the background's a forest at the moment. If we end up finding images for the background that may be a bit more appropriate for scenery, we can always change it.
That's
I
fine.
don't know, I feel like this is appropriate for now.
Well, considering what we were told
Sweet.
for
Go
the
back.
starting, yeah, I feel it's appropriate, but yeah, if we find something, we can always change it to it.
It won't matter yet, just so you guys know, it won't matter yet, but it will matter later. Are skill synergies. I'm looking for the skill thing right now because I'm drawing a blank on the question that you asked, but what I did see something to point out, there is skill synergies. So as an example, every 5 ranks in bluff, you also get a +2 in, say, intimidate or diplomacy. So do keep that in mind as you level up your skills, so to say. Make sure if leveling or adding ranks to it affects other skills. Another one is if you have 5 ranks, 5 or more ranks in balance, or in tumble, you get a +2 to balance and jump. I point this out because when I played my very, very first D&D, it didn't get pointed out to me, and my rogue sucked more than he should have. Not that much, but enough. Where it
Well, that's
was-
a really, really not obvious thing.
It is. Well, like I said, it was my first time ever playing, and they were like, oh, you don't need the character handbook, just, do this. And I was like, okay. They also convinced me to try backstabbing a dragon.
Good job,
Assholes.
Tate.
That was Tate. That was some.
No,
names.
I'm
Or-
looking at Tate's chat. Good job.
Oh,
We. Somebody
We
do the
apostrophe.
somebody do the new D&D command, please.
Fucking hell.
What the hell do you want this command to even say?
No, I'm doing it now, but just type in plus D&D. I gotta see it.
Fucking goddamn it.
We. Apostrophe.
Okay. You happy, Tate?
God damn it, Dave.
Yes.
Right. By the way, when though did they add the icons above player names on the table?
It's been there for a while.
Has it? Has it really been that long since I actually fucking played last?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually it has.
Wow. You guys get to stare at my communism icon.
God, there's gotta be a way to switch notes to personal.
Have you typed anything in there since?
Well, someone did.
Does it say hi?
Yeah. Did it just get deleted?
Yes.
Yeah, then it's still shared.
I'm gonna have to look at the internet.
Does this still
Yeah,
have my
Marcus,
warlock
let me do
as
that.
mine?
There we go.
I'll pick up my mic and put it away from it.
Or sure. How's that look per command?
I can't believe you're not using KDKbot. Tate, what the fuck? After you made a comment earlier, we're like, oh, I like KDKbot.
Well, add it in KDK bot.
I don't remember a fucking syntax for my own bot.
It was
With you.
the bar.
Is it though? I thought we changed it for the channel.
I don't think so. I think it's still the bar.
Mine's the
It got changed.
Mine's the like regular
Sharing
thing.
plus.
Yes, plus command add, and then the
Well, that's for Cobot. He changed his shit for 80k.
oh okay.
Yeah, remember, mine requires an actual rank for the fucking command. So just be
Yeah.
derp command added. For who? No one knows.
A lot of times I just do 0, that way anyone can do it. If I don't care.
There was a word you could use instead of 0 Dmoice. I did actually
Alright.
implement that. I do remember that much.
Who asked about the? Was that you, Jared? About the half rank
Yeah,
thing?
that was Jared. Yeah.
What I get from what people are saying is no. Putting a half in doesn't count as trained.
Is
That's what I
Mark's
figured, I just
robot
wanted to
for
make
anyone
sure.
but me?
Yes.
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 Yeah.
Jared was
okay.
roboty.
Wait, Jared was? No, Marcus was.
No.
Jared, what?
Marcus.
What?
Tate, if Jared's roboty for you, you have more problems.
No,
So I
Lamb,
bought-
no, it's on his internet. Remember?
Okay.
Exactly.
I'm gonna pull up the cam. I fixed the internet. Well, I helped fix it.
Do shit.
Hopefully. I did shit.
Of course, the internet doesn't want to tell me anything because I don't know how to use Google properly. At least not for something else.
Okay.
Well, all the cool new stuff I added
Is-
is gone, so don't need to do that anymore.
Everyone ready?
Yep.
Yep.
All right. I just wanted to get some
Should we
yelps.
ready?
So.
I have to turn on my cam for just a moment.
Why?
I bought a special thing for D&D.
This better be good.
Very special thing.
I'm watching stream. This better be good.
Yep, I'm looking at it too.
I'll have to take a look afterwards since I'm recording.
Just one. Just one.
God, that bothers me.
I may have
I'll just
gotten
look later.
way too buzzed yesterday.
Are you having a
We
drink?
gotta-
Yes.
You better concentrate better than you did yesterday.
I was That was buzzed yesterday. I was buzzed
I
on high hell
know. That's
yesterday.
why I say you
This-
better concentrate better.
This won't make me bust.
And I know hashtag blame Marcus.
Before
Joe
you
Marcus.
say Marcus.
Hashtag Tate's drunk.
Shit's delicious. You got me fucking addicted. I'm sorry.
Don't say that.
Don't say that.
Fucking alcoholic.
Yeah, don't say that. So,
I'm not addicted. Okay, one drink isn't addicted.
That's what they all start out as.
Let's
So, we're
focus
gonna
here, guys.
Oh,
yep,
God,
let's
that
focus.
was
We're
a
gonna start.
fantastic
Everyone,
roll.
go ahead and get your D6s ready.
You're a D6.
Just for the sake of your streams and recordings, I'll point out the way that we're doing this. The way that we're gonna do this is I'm gonna have you roll 4d6. If you get a 1, re-roll the 1. Then take your 3 highest. So if let's say you get 4 6s, obviously the 3 highest are 6s. If you get a 6, a 5, a 4, and a 3, obviously the 3 is the one you leave out. Nevertheless, take your 3 highest numbers together. You're going to do that for each attribute. That's your ability scores. You can put them wherever you want. It's not you're rolling your strength and then you're rolling your dex. You're just rolling numbers.
Classic people 5.
If you don't like the first one, you can make a second set. If you don't like that one, you can make a third set. After that third set, though, you have to pick one of the 3.
Oh, I'm so okay with that system.
That's
Yeah.
limbs.
That's my usual system.
If you have an overall, all the numbers added together and evenly spread out, let's say you only have 9s, tough shit, Buttercup. You rolled shitty on a lot of dice.
Damn.
Statistically, that's pretty
speaking,
difficult,
it should
so
not happen,
I guess the universe hated you.
But statistically
So in other words,
speaking,
I'm gonna
it's
get
fucking
all
possible.
3s.
Well, it's possible, Tate. It's technically possible someone could get 6s every single time. Likelihood of it is so unrealistic that...
Noah's gonna be the one to get all 6s, and I'm gonna get all 2s.
Right.
Watch it
Marcus.
If
Question.
Noah rolls all 6s, I will put my headphones down, get up, go do 2 shots of Fireball, and come back, because
I will do the
I
same.
don't know if I could deal that.
Marcus.
Yeah.
Do you actually want to roll like us like this, or do you care if we use the R key, which also does a roll?
You can do either or. It's up to you. Just keep in mind if you do the
Personally-
the throw roll, I don't want ice to go everywhere. So our roll will probably be better.
Tate, you use 4d6.
Yeah, take 4d6.
I know. I'm not rolling yet. I'm just doing the R key because I forgot
Yep.
that's a thing.
I was
So
just
go ahead and
confused
start,
because you
everyone.
Alright.
Roll your dice and write them down.
That was not a roll. Do you want me to
I need
redo
a
that?
piece of paper.
Okay, 15. That's not bad.
God damn it.
Oh, by the way, don't forget to highlight the 3 highest, and you get the total if you don't want to fucking do it with the addition by hand. Or in your head.
That is true.
Wonderful.
And then, although I can see it, for the sake again of others, that giant empty area is where my dice is.
Well, I just got a 9. Things are looking good.
That's why I give you 3 sets.
That's where your fucking dice are.
Oh my god!
Hey, Lamb. We both got an 18.
Lamb?
Wait, really?
Motherfucker.
I got a fucking 9 and
Wow.
all 6.
Good job, Lamb.
What?
Oh shit! Oh.
How many times do you roll? Classic.
6.
6 or 7?
6, Tate. There is 6
Reroll
stats.
1.
Strength, Dex, Con, Wisdom, Charisma. So yeah, roll your 4 dice, reroll 1s, add your 3 highest, write it down.
Fucking ones.
Making me deselect shit.
Oh, you want nobody to have only 3s?
Dude, don't make fun of that. I almost had a game where I only got 3s.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying he's re-rolling the 1s.
I
And
know.
then when-
That's
when
what I'm
you're done-
saying.
I knew a guy who played with a character that had 3
There we go.
3s.
for his stats. And
It
he
has been
kicked
so
ass.
long, by the way, that since I fucking touched Tabletop Simulator.
I know, right?
I know.
Come on, be a 6. Stop being a 1.
Lamb, I think I want to stick with the first set.
I probably will as well.
It doesn't hurt to roll a set. It's entirely up to you.
But-
Wow.
Are we rolling for each? Because I was going to, but
Well,
How many sets are we rolling?
what you can do
You can
up
roll
to
up
3.
to 3.
yeah, 3
So-
for
Okay,
each
'cause-
skill,
Yep.
right?
Okay,
Roll.
Jesse, you ready for my first set? 12, 11, 12, 12, 12, 10.
That's about average.
That's not
It's actually
horrible.
a
You're an
decent
average
character.
character, or you're a slightly
Yeah,
above
that's-
average
that's
character.
slightly above
10,
average.
that's
That's
an
10
18.
is technically your average, but
Lamb, 18, 16, 11, 16, 14, 16.
Noah, I think we found out why fucking physical dice hate me. Digital dice love me.
This is why I
Not
told you to use the
digital
random
lights.
number generator when we're doing our Pathfinder.
That is another 18.
What the fuck, Lamb?
Well, I now have a set with 2 18s.
Lamb, kill everything for us.
Roll, dice, roll.
well, while you roll, I'll explain it for your recordings / streams of what kind of world you're playing in. So, they've already had it slightly explained to them, but this is for viewers. This world is more or less a lower magic world. This does not mean there isn't magic, and this doesn't mean there isn't individuals with strong magic. It just means the overall populace do not have magic, or really know about it. The other side, I guess could say, of that is a lot of the quote-unquote world background is also unknown to a lot of characters. Most characters, but not all, just most.
I lost that roll, whatever it was.
Once they all have their characters ready, I'll actually have them introduce them slightly beyond the normal game introduction.
Yeah.
Well, we know which set I'm using. Jesus Christ.
What the Lamb?
Nice, you got
Oh,
2?
take out all 6s.
Nice
all
roll.
four
8,
Nice 18.
2.
Yeah, I got that for my first 18. Oh man, the R key roll is so nice just because you don't have to go looking every your fucking dice.
Right? And you can spam as much as you want to keep
Oh
rolling.
god. Like, I have the. This is probably like one of the best stat rolls I've ever had. I can only think of one immediately that trumps it.
What, 2 18s?
Ooh, I got a 20.
I have 2 18s, Tate.
I know.
On the character who got better than this, I had
Damn it.
18, 18, 17, 17, 16, 14.
I need to lower my lift height.
On this one, I have 18, 18, 16, 14, 12.
Come on.
Turn this into a 10. That are gone.
So my second roll set didn't turn out too much different. 12, 12, 12, 12, 11, 16.
What happened to the 18?
That's my third roll set. 14, 18, 15, 12, 12, 13. Motherfucking
Nice.
12s. Get the fuck out of here, 12s.
Well, 12s are what you're statistically most likely to get, aren't they?
Yes.
11 or 12s, yeah.
Marcus, what are you trying to draw?
Let's see, I have what? One more?
Clearly, he's trying to
Um,
draw a black line.
I got 2 more numbers to roll.
If you're just trying to draw straight lines,
Probably.
you're better off just clicking it and then using your
Dragging your keys instead of
using
dragging.
your keyboard instead of dragging your mouse.
What happened to vector drawing on this?
You can use that
It's
still.
there.
That's the one that's
It's
above
there's
paintbrush.
pixel paint and then there's vector. Yeah.
I was seeing if it would be better. Wow.
Okay, I do have a D4. Fantastic.
Alright,
Just like
let's
this,
do last
Marcus.
roll.
Click and drag the
Oh,
keyboard.
Shisa. I need to make sure I actually have my spells.
Like, are you kidding me? I've never had a roll in my entire D&D life that's literally 12, 11, 12, 12, 12, 10. That
Whenever I
is
get that,
average.
it is in a case like this where it's like, oh yeah, no, you can roll more than one set. This is for the
At
wrong.
least Marcus isn't a dick.
Jeez.
I'm obviously taking the fucking 18 one, because I need something with an 18.
Yeah, my
Oh,
second
God,
set's
it's
actually pretty
crooked.
good. I like my third set too, but my first one has an 8. I'm a big fan of that.
The lowest roll I got in all 3 sets was a 9, which is very uncommon for me.
Marcus,
Yeah.
we use favor cards.
What are you talking about, Tate?
I would like to turn all my rolls into 6s.
No.
Damn.
What the hell's a favor card?
Nothing.
What the hell are you drawing?
It looks like Derpy Pikachu.
Marcus,
Looks like Shrek.
where do I use
Oh
the?
no, I
it's-
know what this is. This is the main
It's
city.
an alien.
Yep, it's just a real shitty version of it because, yeah.
It's an
Don't get me
alien,
wrong,
clearly.
my hand-drawn version
Here's its
isn't
mouth.
excessively better.
Here's its eye stalks.
Well,
Here's
it's
its little
easier to.
tentacle.
For those coming
It's
back
easier
in the
to draw
game,
by
sorry about
hand.
that. I ran out of
Sorcerer
recording
gets a
space.
D4 for help, Noah.
Yeah, just fix that.
I
Sorry
heard
about that.
5th%, so I didn't
That-
know what the fuck you meant.
I guess I left out. Cross-class, so non-class skills, those can only go up to 2 ranks. So basically, you can only put 4 skill points into each skill. But for class skills, that makes 4 ranks. For non-class skills, that makes 2 ranks. You're spending the same amount of points, but that's how that works. Typically, at first level, it's a lot smarter to put points into your class skills than others. But you have to. It's just smarter.
Or is it?
Yes? I mean, it did get quiet
It was
there.
quiet. Yeah, I had to say something. It was a bit weird.
Oh, I'm so annoyed there isn't somewhere where I can write down how many fucking ranks I. Ugh.
On the character sheet, to let you know how many ranks you gotta have, if you look at skills, and that black bar that says skills, to the right of it, it says max ranks.
No, that's
On the left?
That's
What?
not what I meant. Like, oh, so because of my intelligence shit, right now I have 20 points to disperse. I just wish I had somewhere to write that. Like, oh, I have 20 ranks in total.
The way I typically do is I pull out a calculator, I type in 20, and every time I add some in, I just delete.
Well, just for future counts. I'm definitely throwing a whole bunch in there.
With the world setting, do I have access to use magic device like 1 rank?
Yes. Keep in mind, the way I'm going to handle this is it's adding it, or it's allowing you to have it so you can do it mechanically, not necessarily roleplay. But this way you can mechanically be allowed to use magical devices. But I wouldn't worry too excessively about it these first few levels. There really isn't any magical devices for you to necessarily use. At least story-wise. If you decide to do stuff to try and acquire some, I mean, I guess, but I'm going to suggest that it's ill-advised.
Alright.
Okay.
It's kind of like attacking the city's leader. Again, you could totally try. It's just not advisable. I can't stop you. You are your own player. You are your own character. Keep in mind, though, I'll totally have the city guards try to kill you. Like, that's a thing.
Characters don't get plot armor.
Alright.
No, I don't. The only reason you get plot armor is because I specifically intended to kill you. Like, I gave you something I knew I would kill you. Not even there's a chance. Like, I know.
The town is firing Tarrasques at us.
Right. One of those things. You're level 1, a Tarrasque. You can't beat it. I know.
Shit.
Alright, so, you do the numbers in the ability score, is that correct? For your dice rolls?
Yep, so your dice roll goes into your attribute scores. So decide where you want. If your character is going to really focus on strength, obviously put your highest score into strength. If your character focuses more on charisma, put your highest score in charisma. Same thing with the lowest score. If it's a score that you don't think is going to really affect your character, put the lowest score into there. The rundown, to an extent, they all matter. It's just how you want to play your character.
Oh, okay, well, I did it differently, because I did, like, a set of 3, and I just picked one. I picked, like, either the first set, or the second set, or the third set. Is that not what I was supposed to do?
Yes, that's what you're supposed to do. You roll sets,
Yeah.
and then you pick one of those sets, you take the 6 numbers from that set, and then you distribute them to the stats that you want.
Okay.
Unlike what some people do, which
And then
is you
keep
roll
in
your
mind,
sets and you're
Dmoice, that-
stuck with those.
At ability score 10, you are at a modifier of 0. Every time you add 2, your modifier goes up by 1. So 0 and 11 are 0. 10 and 11 are 0. But 12 and 13 are 1. And so forth.
Got my sheet up.
Okay.
I found my stupid bonus spells.
Let's see. Let's bring that. Why not?
Alright, so here's what I'm working with. 14 strength, 16 dex, 17 con, 19 int, 19 wisdom, and 18 charisma.
So, after you have your rolls of whatever numbers they are, then you need to look at your race, unless you already took account of it, because different races will have positive negatives per thing.
Yay, -2 to charisma because dwarf.
Yep.
Oh, okay, and just do
Hey,
that in
at
the
least-
ability score. Just put that, just add that number to it. Okay, I gotcha.
Right, so if you
What about
roll
me, Marcus?
a 17 and your thing gets a +2, then it's no longer a 17, it's a 19. But if it has, say, a -2 or a -4, same thing. You just do the math. It's
Cal, at least charisma isn't your major casting modifier.
Charisma.
True.
Charisma.
And fighters really do not get that many class skills.
No, but you get feats out the ass.
True.
Yeah.
Sorry, is swearing allowed?
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Should have asked that beforehand.
Fucking
Marcus,
swear if you want, Liam.
where's my sheet?
Fucking,
Like,
what'd
how
you
do I-
just
What
say
did-
to
If
me?
you haven't heard the word
Tate,
fuck
you have
before,
your own
well,
sheet.
now you have.
No, not that sheet. I mean the Foxkin
Oh,
for stat bonuses.
Okay,
that's what
so
I- oh, that's right, you
Tate
were
didn't
gone
get his.
when I
Yeah,
asked,
he was.
yeah.
Ugh, okay.
give me a second, Tate.
Time to start writing
I
down
wasn't gone.
spells.
Yeah,
You
no,
were.
you were starting your
You were
stream
muted.
and having music play when I asked everyone. I forgot.
Let's see.
Where are my note cards?
8. Oh, Liam, be glad you
Are
have
you
20 points to spend. And
Able to look at Mumble, Tate.
I got 12.
Well, I also decided to put a
Yeah, I'm
16
able to look
in
at
my
Mumble.
intelligence.
There you go. It's right in
Oh.
Mumble.
Instead of my constitution.
Yeah, my int's 13. So,
It's -4 to strength, correct, for mine? That's correct, right? Marcus?
What was that?
-4 the strength because you just had -4 in Skype, but I remember you saying -4 the strength.
Yes, and
Okay.
-4 in strength.
Have an extra point of
Okay, I got it set up now.
So then again, once you have all your scores, then fill in your modifiers. And then when you have your modifiers into that bar, then you put them across the entire character sheet.
Okay.
The one thing is for skills, on the character sheet itself, you'll see some of them have a square next to them. That means that skill can be used on trained. If it does not have a black square next to it, to the right of it, that means it has to be trained. So as an example, disable device, use magic device, sleight of hand, you have to have one rank in it to use it. If you don't, you're effectively a character who doesn't know how to do that. So you can try, but you basically get... It's up to the DM whether you're actually going to be able to do anything. And most of the time, it's no.
So,
I-
beside
Go
the
ahead,
skill
Dmoice.
name, you do the modifier then?
You know, there was two questions at the same time.
I'm saying let Dmoice go first. So.
Okay, Dmoice?
I'm sorry about that. I didn't mean
It's
to
fine.
interrupt you.
It's fine.
Alright, so, like, where I have, for my character, I have, like, jump, but it's, like, +10 for my character, so would I just write that in the ability modifier?
That goes to miscellaneous modifier.
Yeah.
The one thing to
Okay.
keep in mind for your character as far as that goes, he's getting that because of the wings. So for all intents and purposes, if some other character decides to basically break your wings, so to say, you don't get that modifier.
Okay.
I'll bring it up whenever if it ever happens, but it's just so you're aware.
Okay, so don't get my wings broke.
Yeah, don't get your wings broke.
Yeah,
Oh,
just
okay,
good idea not to allow that to happen, period.
Alright,
Yeah.
now, it has, like, some, like, knowledge stuff. What do you want me to put in there for my knowledge? Because we had discussed about, like, the, for my backstory. What would you want me to put in for the knowledge?
For all of his time training, one thing that would be big for the spellcasters would be knowledge culture, so that this way you know when it's appropriate to use magic. For the sake of everything I'll explain,
My apologies for that.
this world is made to be sort of like, I don't want to say logical, but logical. And logically, in a world with low magic, if you start doing magic in places that don't either A, believe in magic, or B, believe something about magic, there could be consequences. So if you go someplace that doesn't believe in magic and you start doing magic, they might believe you're evil. You're some sort of demon. Even though you're doing holy magic, they don't give a fuck. They think you're evil.
Yeah, I was just wanting to know what would be my default knowledges based upon my backstory. So I was
Marcus.
Right,
going
and-
at.
Yep. And your
Some
primary one would
culture.
probably be culture is something that would be learned. You might know a little bit about arcana,
Religion.
religion.
I feel like
your
religion
character would
probably be
have-
stronger than Arcana.
The some of the primary ones that I'm not gonna let you have are gonna be like the planes, because in this
Damn it.
world, although the planes might exist, it's a world that doesn't really even know about them. And if it does, it's a character that's not going to tell you. So there's no logical way your character would know about the planes. I mean, you know, if you really wanted it, I'm sorry, but it doesn't make any logical sense.
So just
I can add history into that, correct? Is that okay? History?
Yes. A lot of your history
Okay.
knowledge is either going to be A, local, or B, assumed due to folklore. Again, a lot of history has been lost. So, if, say, there was a great war in the past, there's a child bedtime story relating to a great war, and maybe your character's like, well, this has to have been based on something. but you don't know specific. Like, you don't know who the general of each army was or stuff like that. Again, maybe you know a nickname due to the song, but it's not like you went to a history class and learned about it.
Okay, I'm just doing culture, religion, and history. I think
Okay.
that should be good for, cause like most of my knowledge is based upon books, so
Yep.
that probably that would be the extent of what. Probably some arcana, probably some magic, right?
Yep. Arcana magic for the magic users is going to be, you're essentially learning or gaining arcana knowledge, or knowledge arcana, from your own practice. Like your own usage of your own magic. But, real
Okay.
quickly, Lamb, what was your question?
So even though use a magic device isn't a skill that I have, am I still able to put ranks into it if it's a thing that I can't use untrained?
Yeah, if you want to have a non-class skill so that you can have it trained, what you need to do then is you need to put 2 skill levels for 1 rank.
Okay.
If it's a
Well, I
class,
just
it's only
wasn't-
1 skill, or it's 1 skill per rank. But if it's non-class, it's 2 skills per rank.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure because it didn't have the box next to it. I just thought the box meant that you could still put ranks into it even though you didn't have it as a class skill.
Nope, all it is the box to the left you fill in so you know which ones is 1 skill point per rank. This way you know which ones are yours in a sense, or are easier for you to learn, however you want to word that. The boxes to the right simply implies which ones you do not need to have skill ranks in to use. So diplomacy, say you put no skill ranks in it and your skill modifier is a 5, that means you're able to roll diplomacy and you're going to get your 5. But if you have, let's say, sleight of hand, and even though your dex gives you a +5, your character isn't trained in it, that means he's going to just try to take something out of someone's pocket, and then it's kind of up, to an extent, it's up to me.
Yeah, okay.
I'm a little more fair than others. So if it's something like you simply want to try swiping something off a table, even though you're not trained in it, you know, you don't necessarily have to be trained to swipe something off a table. But let's say you're like, I want to steal his pants that he's wearing off of him. First off, you're not trained, and secondly, that's going to be difficult even if you were trained. I'm not saying it's not
I'm not the Dragonborn?
theoretically possible. You know, if you have...
What if I put a bucket on his head?
This isn't Skyrim. You can't walk into every store, put a bucket on someone's head, take their stuff, go next door, and sell his stuff. I'm sorry.
Oh, damn it.
Alright,
I mean, again, I guess technically you can
ridiculous
try.
bullshit.
It's just... That's a lot of checks. Like, roll diplomacy to put the bucket on his head and convince him it has to stay on. Now roll move silently and sleight of hand. Now move silently to leave. Now roll diplomacy at this other clerk for appropriately selling. Or, I guess that wouldn't even be diplomacy, that would be more, bluff.
Well,
mean,
it
that's-
depends on the other cleric if they believe it's theirs or not.
Right, well, I guess diplomacy or bluff. Either... Right, it depends on the cleric.
alright,
Still,
would my character have any diplomacy? Yes, no?
that's
I'm
up to you. Is he a diplomatic? Does he like to talk his way out of things? If he is, he probably would have diplomacy, bluff, or intimidate, depending on how he likes to interact with people.
Yeah, okay.
If he doesn't like to interact with people at all, you can still put ranks in it, but it depends how you want to play.
Okay.
A lot of my characters, I put stuff into bluff, diplomacy, and intimidate, so I can try to role play and avoid battles half the time with my
Alright.
DMs. But it really depends on the player and the DM.
Alright, I'll totally leave this up to you, because it doesn't have a box on it. But my my class has like the ability to handle animals. Like it has a
Even-
familiar, but do you not want me to?
The thing is,
Check
even
that.
if your class has it, if you don't put ranks in it, you didn't train.
Okay.
All it means on your class side of it, when it says that that's a class skill, is that you learn it easier. Doesn't mean you automatically get it. It just means you learn it easier.
Well, okay.
That's all it means. So even though I know what you're getting at, I think does your class get a familiar later?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
So even though you get a familiar, the big thing to keep in mind with handle animal and familiars is to an extent they're going to be treated a little bit differently. Your familiar is almost kind of like your pet / helper in a sense, whereas handle animal would be, say you get into a cave and a bear's coming at you. Instead of attacking the bear, you could try to calm the bear with a handle animal, and if you roll high enough, obviously you calm it down. You could use handle animal on your familiar, but most familiars and companions aren't going to be going against you, so you don't necessarily have to do that.
Okay.
Where the hell is
Dmoice, high five for failures.
Hey,
If you were like a ranger and you had a
yeah.
companion, you could use it to teach your companion additional tricks, but
that's
that's usually
Right.
not till later anyway.
I get, I think it at like level I'll have to check the class again, what level I'll get get the familiar. But I get a familiar, and I basically be like a wolf or a dog or something like that. It wouldn't be like something extravagant.
Well, the familiars, they do have a familiar list to say what your familiar you get to pick from. And then as you get to later levels, you're able to replace your familiar with another familiar.
Again?
Yeah, I think typically it means that they died or you got rid of it, so to say.
Yeah, and you take
Not
a lot of
necessarily
negatives
kill
for
it.
getting rid of it.
Right. Well, like you get rid of it, you have negatives for a while in game, and then you kind of get rid of the negatives, and then you get a new familiar, and then you're good to go. I'd say most of the time the smart way to do it is if the DM intends to have a time skip, which I do. That's when you would want to do it, but that's the only time in which you're not going to suffer too much from penalties. Granted, my time skips are... I'm gonna ask you what you want your character to do, and if you do stuff that's gonna hurt your character, that's gonna affect whether or not I say the results are what you want. If that makes sense.
Okay.
You're like, I want to be a wild hunter, but I'm gonna get rid of all my belongings and I'm going to chop off an arm. All right, your character still tries, but I'm letting you know now, as I roll D percentiles and so forth to see how well you do what you want to do. It's gonna hurt. While you guys keep making your characters, I need to go to the bathroom real quick. I'm sorry.
Wait, Marcus.
Go for it.
Go ahead.
Shit, I need to
Marcus.
pee.
I get
Damn.
one additional language, right?
It depends.
Oh shit.
I think
that's
your
right,
intelligence
languages.
modifier decides how many additional languages you get. But
You
you can
get
only
one
take
language
Plus-
per
it's
modifier,
15.
right?
right.
plus
It's
2.
every modifier you get an additional language. A lot of the
Second.
languages are
2.
so 2. Your languages take
What's
it says
squeak?
it's just animal languages, Tate. It's God damn it. All right, Tate. You automatically get
Drives you to
common,
drink.
okay,
Common, Canaan.
and canine. I spelled it wrong, I think. It doesn't matter. Bonus languages, you get 2 of that list. So you could learn Draconic, or you could learn Elven, which are normal languages in this world. Because of your specific race and where your character would technically be from, you could learn Avian, which means bird animalkin, or feline, so a cat animalkin. That's kind of what it gets at. You won't
And
be
squeak is
using that
mouse.
much. You won't be using that much at first. You could theoretically try to use it to communicate to animals, but you got to keep in mind they're animals. So
I know.
They aren't necessarily smart.
Right. It's kind of like how there's animals that you train with specific words and they just seem to work better. Let me go pee. I'll be back.
Okay. Oh.
I have to go through and write all my goddamn spells.
I would have done that beforehand.
I thought I did, but then I realized that was my spells for a different sorcerer for a different
Oh,
Game.
I get a familiar at level 1.
Yeah, so do I.
You're a familiar, Fluffy.
Well, I've picked my bonus language. It is Orc.
I have 3 bonus languages.
I have 3
I have
bonus
2.
languages as well.
I speak Common, Canaan, Elven, and Draconic.
Do you have
Of course I'm going to
16
speak Elven.
or 17 intelligence?
16.
Nice.
I have 15.
So you have 2 bonus languages. That's not bad.
Yeah, well, fuck you guys. I have a strength of 18.
I
have
have
a
dex
a
of
of
20.
18.
I have a strength of 11.
I have strength
I
of
have Dex
10.
20.
I have a wisdom of 10.
I have a wisdom of 21.
Oh, Marcus is back.
How do you have a wisdom of 21?
What page were the
Alright, I'm
freaking
back.
languages?
Plus,
Do you get a
Okay.
natural +3?
plus 2. I rolled a 19.
You can't
How do you
roll a 19.
How the fuck you roll a 19 off of 3
You
die?
can only roll an 18. That's the highest roll you can get.
I roll.
Dmoice.
You're adding
Did it
plus
doesn't roll?
3.
You're not supposed to add all 4. Only 3.
Crap. I gotta re-roll.
Great start. Great
Gotta
start.
Well, at least we caught it now. Instead of like halfway through
I
the
totally
campaign.
misunderstood. I'm sorry about that.
That's
I gotta
fine.
re-roll.
It's okay.
I have to re-roll all my stats.
Oh, shit.
Well, here, real quickly on Mumble, type in each stat for me. Just type in the 6 numbers that you're using.
Okay. Let me find Mumble. And this
Nope.
sea of stuff.
Okay,
Do
Marcus?
we have a list of languages?
can you look at my stream for just a moment?
Look
Or is
at
that
your
in the book?
look at your race.
Look at
I
I
your
can
race.
learn any race. Or I can learn
Oh
any
yeah,
Just
you're
look
human.
right.
I'm half elf.
Or half elf.
No, we don't have a list. It's not a list in the book. Look at
Um,
each race.
Give me a minute, Tate. Just give me a minute.
Take
And
whatever
then
time
for
you
the
need.
languages, again, give me a minute. I'll show you them.
Kel,
Take
there
whatever
is
time you
a
need.
list in the language. I found it earlier and used it.
What was it?
Yep, there is.
Yeah, I'm trying
There
to
is-
find it again.
The list is on page 82 of the player handbook.
Damn it, I was an
Okay,
87.
That's all the information I needed.
Okay.
Thank you.
Tate?
Linguistics.
Yeah?
Linguistics.
Okay, I'm looking at it, but I'll want to see something else later, like in
Okay.
screen cap or something. Or if you're able to save the PDF and just send me the PDF, either way.
Oh, I can do that.
Tate, you're forgetting one thing.
What?
What about all your class stuff? That
I
matters.
don't. I haven't done that yet. Like my skills and stuff.
You don't need to show me this then.
Well, fine. Whatever. Shut up.
Well, like as an example, your class gives you bonuses to fort, reflex, and will, depending on the class. So
You know,
it
Okay.
actually does matter.
Where the
I'm
hell's the player's
debating
handbook?
whether or not this entire thing will be one video, cut down, or I should just fucking put that entire thing up.
Marcus, I
Probably
need a
cut
link to the player
down,
handbook.
but you're gonna have to look. You're gonna have to.
Depends on how much editing
Put it
you wanna
in,
do.
I put it in Mumble, Marcus.
Lamb, I would say you
Okay.
see my videos, but I know you haven't. I do
So would I
Um,
only
the
have
only one I've
access
seen
to
are
my
the
bonus
past-
languages
some of the
that you
past
sent me?
stream ones.
Jared?
What was that, Jared?
I would only have access to the bonus languages you sent me on my race description.
Yes, your bonus languages that you're able to pick from are only the bonus languages in your race. For some characters, the ones that have all the rate are allowed to technically speak all languages, get to learn all languages. Some of them, you can learn it, but it's not going to be excessively useful. The language is kind of a for the world, it's
Okay.
not going to be used the way you think it would. So, as a quick example, Celestial, for ones that can learn Celestial, you can speak to Celestials. How often are they going to pop up? Almost never. The reason why your character would know it is you're following a church that follows Celestials, and they just know the language. Like, that church just happens to know the language. So, all that would
Yeah,
ever
pretty
matter to
much-
you is, to an
Pretty
extent,
much
is
the only one that does here that knows Celestial.
I
If
could.
y'all really need an interpreter, I could interpret those things
Hey,
in
hey.
that language.
But it's just one of
Marcus.
those things to keep in mind. Is some of these languages, you can learn it. It's just to an extent, it's not going to help you. It might help you late game, but at least first game, it's going to be something, or at least potentially be something where that character speaks Celestial, that character speaks Celestial. Everyone else just knows these as like hymns. They don't realize it's an actual language. They just think they're songs or they're stories or they're whatever.
And then I look over to the main game and there's a giant golem.
Yep.
Hey, Marcus.
Yes.
I need a link to the player handbook.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get to you.
I can just send it to him on Skype if we want.
That's what I'm doing right now.
Okay.
There you go, Tate. Player handbook.
My list of languages is really weird.
Same. Also, Marcus.
Yeah.
Hit points. Are what was the thing you were having us do for first level?
Hit points is maximum.
Okay.
So your hit points are based on your class plus your con modifier.
Rip and tear, rip and tear, rip and tear.
Just once.
That's the first enemy we're fighting, by the way.
Yep.
Alright, Marcus, what did you...
Nope.
Just because I spawned
your
him
thoughts
while
on
you
the
guys are
rolls?
talking, because I'm all set up over here. Does that mean we are fighting a fucking golem?
Hey man, that's not... Well, okay, never mind.
As you guys are doing your stats, like another thing is your equipment.
Did you like it to me?
There's one of two things you can do.
It's in
Kinda.
Skype tape.
Either roll.
PDF.
It says starting wealth. You either roll the dice, and
Oh shit.
I guess there's three things. You either
I didn't
roll your
get anything
dice,
in Skype.
you get that much gold. Yes, he did, Tate.
What the fuck's
It says go into
freaking
TaitFox.
bookmarks.
Well, it's still sending it, Tate. It's 80%.
It's a big file.
Yeah, it's 20 megabytes.
Okay.
It doesn't go instantaneously. I'm sorry.
Oh,
His internet's
64.
not that good.
It's true. Starting wealth, either roll dice. That's how much gold you get, and then you spend that gold to get items.
Hey, Marcus, quick question on that.
Yep.
Do you know the maximum amount of D4s any class needs?
Typically, I think just one can work. But that's really up to the player. If you want to roll, like this says, say 3d4. If you want to roll the same d4 3 times and add those numbers together, otherwise, if someone wants more, just spawn in more, I guess. Personally, I
asked, by the way,
always
'cause
roll with
fucking-
4 sets of dice, is what I almost always roll with.
Well, fucking, I asked, by the way, because dwarves start with 64 times 10.
Right. So if you don't want to do that, just go ahead and spawn in real quick some d4, roll them all, and if you don't want them there anymore, then just delete them when you're done.
Is wealth
But-
based on race or class?
What was that? Class.
Okay, and where would we see it? Would there be a specific thing saying that, or is it under, like,
It's in the class.
starting package?
On the player handbook. So player handbook saying that, let's say I click fighter.
Okay.
Fighter, it tells you kind of stuff, random information about fighters. Then it tells you alignment, hit die, class skills, class features, which are the things they get. And then it says dwarf starting package. You can either do that, and that already tells you what you should own. If you don't want to go about it that way, or human fighter, if you don't want to go about it with one of those, and you just want to have gold, that would be at
It's at the end of the starting package.
right.
I just wasn't sure if it showed somewhere else where the gold you get was. Sorry.
No. I know some people just take the average possibility and just go with that instead of have to fucking roll, but if you guys want to roll, there are 64s over here, all colored
Oh, really?
dark yellow. Sure.
God, I am fucking poor as shit.
Well, don't use the starting. It's on page 111 for classes. The only class that is not going to be written here is Dmoice's, where he'd have to go look at the wiki, basically.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Yep.
Still poor
I'm
as shit.
looking
Really?
at the wiki.
For the
That's
others, a fighter gets 6d4 times 10, average of 150. Let's see. There is a ranger. The ranger gets 6d4 times 10 as well. The rogue gets 5d4 times 10, average 125. and the sorcerer gets 3d4 times 10, an average of 75.
Yay, I got
Fucking
90.
9.
So, personally,
poor
what
as
I like
shit.
to do, and since I do it, I'll allow others to do it, is I roll it to see what I'm going to get, and then if it's lower than the average, I just take the average, and if the average and whatnot is still worse off than the starting kit, then I just take what the starting kit says. Pretty much, in a sense, I downgrade myself to making it easier, but if I'm able to make it not as easy, then I go the more elaborate path.
Oh,
But I've always been a player that buys a shit ton of items because of the number of times I've run into scenarios in the game where I'm the only one that owned something, like being on a mountain, and everyone else goes, "Oh, I didn't buy rope." I'm like,
Didn't think I was gonna need rope.
I didn't
though
think I
that's
would
like
be
one of the
climbing.
most common things you would need in a
Hey,
game like this.
Marcus?
yes. Yes.
Since I explained away why the hell I have a Dwarven War Axe and shield in the lore, would you be okay if I just docked about 30 gold from what I rolled? Just for, like, materials covering? Or do you want me to actually look up the materials would cost?
For a dwarven great axe,
War Axe.
war axe.
Plus the tower shield, which would be dwarven size, so I mean, maybe regular shield.
Give me one quick second, and I'll get back to you on that.
Alright. In the meantime, get
Damn
items.
it, I had a question and now it's gone. Oh, no, there
Go
it
ahead.
is. Okay.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah, no, take whatever time you need. I just need to make sure to keep this in mind.
No, I should probably look at what the cost of the Dwarven War Axe and the fucking tower
Stack
shield
bonus
really is.
+1.
Tower shield I'm trying to find right now. The other one is 30 gold, technically.
For a Dwarven War Axe? Really?
Yep. Dwarven war axe, 30 gold.
Oh, yeah, I see it. Okay.
Damn, that's an expensive axe.
Where is the tower shield?
Good question. Where that would... They didn't put that on an exotic, did they? For some fucking reason.
No, I don't see it
No,
on
it's
it at
okay.
all. I know it exists, I don't see it at all. Well, luckily the internet's a thing, and this is 2000 whatever 16.
Yeah. Quick question. Looking up one.
Tower shield's 30 gold as well.
I'll make it 30 gold then, since that would be the two of them added together divided by 2. We'll say 30 gold, and that covers both of them. Because you made back some gold somehow through your backstory.
Okay.
No, you
Anyway,
had a question?
there was a question?
Yeah, with one of the weapons it shows 1d10, then the space over says 2d6. What is mean?
So-
One-handed versus two-handed.
Well, it
Okay.
depends. Some of them, it'll say... Let me find. Which weapon are you looking at?
Great sword.
Probably not.
Yeah, that one-handed would be interesting.
Darn!
I just have to find it. Give me a minute. Greatsword, okay. If you scrolled up a bit, you would see it says damage S, damage M. Basically, if you're a small creature using a small greatsword, it's 1d10 damage. If you're a medium creature using a greatsword, you're getting a medium greatsword, you're getting 2d6 damage.
Okay.
Now, you would think, theoretically, a 6-sided dice is smaller than a 10, that's worse, but you're actually getting,
Higher
instead of a
min,
1 through
higher
10,
max.
you're getting a 2 through 12. Well, higher max, higher min.
Yeah, I said that.
Oh, sorry.
I just said
anyway,
it was...
That's all it is. There are weapons that actually do alternate based on it, whether you use it two-handed or single-handed. So, like a gnome hooked hammer is 1d8, 1d6 based on how you're using it. Or a dwarven orgorsh, whatever the hell that is.
I think standard
Uh,
What's with that
longswords
name?
do that too. So
Longsword does not.
really,
Oh wait, that's
Okay.
long spear. My bad.
Close enough.
No,
Alright,
long sword doesn't either.
Which one's the gold? Or just writing gold? Is it the GP? Or
Yes.
GP?
I do have one more quick question. Are we doing, like, the carry weight stuff?
Yes and no.
Okay.
The way I like to handle carry weight is I'm not gonna be too stingy on it until it becomes an issue. So your character wants to carry around enough stuff that he's technically like at his max or a couple pounds over. I don't really care. Your character decides he wants to carry around 16 great axes. Yeah, I'm gonna start carrying.
Well, I was
100
thinking about, like,
ticks.
4 bodies, but
Or
that works
right,
too.
like a whole bunch of dead bodies. Like then it
This
matters
isn't Baldur's
because you're
Ooh,
actively
Marcus.
trying to do crap. Yes.
Slings.
I'm gonna buy so many slings that I can fill this chasm.
I mean, the other thing to keep in mind too is not so much carrying weight, but how to carry, because this isn't necessarily video game inventory. I have dealt with this before, meaning you can't. Oh, I just pulled my other sword out of my inventory. No, they literally have to be somewhere. So it's not like I have 300 slings. Where? In my inventory. Haha, no. Where?
I have them. Never mind.
They're just
How much are candles?
all attached to a single rope that you drag behind you, and every time one
Yes.
breaks, you just pull the next one off. No.
What?
I'm
You
gonna
don't have
make-
a
I'm
You
gonna
don't
make
have a
something
sword
fall
chain?
on that rope and pull you down.
Okay.
Now, one kind of way around it to an extent is a bag of holding, but
Candle.
it's gonna be a little harder-esque to get. It
Since
is
it's a low magic world.
right. It is obtainable, and I do have it set up in a few areas that you get stuff. And it's not like it's gonna necessarily be hard to get. It's just not gonna be easy to get.
Speaking of, by the way, the whole weight thing, how do you want to handle rations?
Same thing. I'm gonna ignore food for the most part, unless it comes down to an issue where I actually need to. I'm gonna assume if you're out in the forest, you can hunt animals. I might make you roll a survival just to make sure, but for the most part, I'm gonna ignore it. You're out in the desert, and your characters are gonna be out there for 3 weeks. Yeah, I'm gonna have you have to pre-buy enough stuff to go out there. So that's like, again, that's how I like to handle it. I don't like bothering with every game, like every in-game day, like, did your characters eat? Did they take a nap? And it's just,
Did you, like, crap your pants?
uh-oh, looks like your fighter took a poopy. He bring extra toilet paper? You know, or
That'd be
adults.
amazing
So
if
it's
we had
one of
to
those
bring
things.
toilet paper.
It's just one of those things if I don't want to bother with necessarily that. Mostly because it gets monotonous, takes up game time that could have been spent role-playing or doing combat to be like, all right, have to eat this much food. Everyone take this much food off of your food. Everyone blah, blah, blah. Same thing with
Right.
arrows. Buy enough arrows that you don't have to worry about it. If after a few,
Yeah.
like, after a couple of combats, I'm going to be like, okay, did your character
Now your
pick
arrows
up
come into play.
arrows, roll and see if any of them got damaged? You know, you might want to go buy more. I'm not going to be the, all right, you have exactly 15, and I'm going to have a piece of paper that I put ticks every single time, and I'm going to roll every single one to see if every single one breaks, and I'm going to be a dickhead, and not necessarily a dickhead, just, you know, this isn't a job. I'm doing this for fun.
By the way, I love how the fucking core player book actually has holly and mistletoe. Cost, nothing. Weight, nothing.
Yeah. There's certain things that are like that again can get abused the fuck out of, and like
candles,
needles
bells.
that weigh 0.1 damage, or that weigh 0.1 pounds or something like that, and they do 1 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like I
One
need to
DM
find some
found
of
out he shouldn't give me the ability of telekinesis. How much can I pick up?
Nice.
You can pick up 100 pounds. Oh, really? Well, these only weigh 0.1. So now I have 1,000 needles. What do? I shoot 1,000 needles. 1,000 damage. Oh, maybe I should actually do stuff. Yeah, maybe you should. You kind of made a super easily broken thing. Not even purposefully broken,
hey,
just
Teflon.
easily broken.
Hi, Teflon.
Some of these things I'll have to leave up to your discretion for my spells because they could become like severely broken, so I'll let you like judge on like what exactly I'm able to do with the spells.
So the way I'm treating magic in the world for magic users, and I guess kind of anyone in general, but primarily the magic users, kind of like I said a little while ago, you can use any of the spells that you're allowed to use in that sense, but the more advanced the spell gets, so say a level 9 spell of, I don't know if it's a level 9, but say Meteor Shower, your character either needed to learn it from someone or somehow learn it. Otherwise, he's literally just gaining it. And he knows how to use it. He knows what it does, but he doesn't know quite how it is.
Okay.
And he isn't accustomed to it. So if your character hasn't actively somehow been taught, I might have it where the range might increase, or the blast radius might increase, or decrease.
The reason that the reason I'm covering that is because of my domain access ability. So pretty much I have access to basically learn pretty much.
Well, the
anything
domains
I really
what
want.
Right, the domains are there to help you, kind of like with a cleric.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like I could like learn transmutation domain if I, but I'm not going to do something like that. But I was just saying like that's a domain.
Right.
So I have a question that kind of falls in the same vein as that. Well, actually, not really, not at all. You've read my background.
Most of it.
Would it be possible for me to get proficiency in short bows with my background?
The cleric is passed out from dehydration.
Or would you want me to do more with that?
What's your class again?
Sorcerer.
Sork. And you want short bow, you said?
Yeah, just simple short bow. Like, I don't care about composite. I just want the simple short bow.
I think you already are?
Is it considered a simple weapon?
Let me check. The equipment actually says if they're
Not
what they
in
are.
the area I'm looking at. It might.
Simple
I might be considered a
weapons
martial weapon. I
do
think it's considered
not
a martial
cover it.
weapon. Yeah, it's a martial
Yes,
weapon.
that is a martial weapon.
Okay.
I'll make you a deal on it, okay?
Alright.
I'll let you know that the proficiency with short bow. But then we're going to take away your proficiency with the simple weapons of crossbow.
Deal.
Since you get to learn that, so...
I'm totally okay with that.
The rogue animation figure looks so slow.
He's sneaking.
I hit you with a dagger.
No.
Thwack. Thwack.
Favorite enemy.
Wait. No.
Oh
swell.
no, the
Actually,
fighter
swell.
died.
That was rogue.
Oh, the rogue died. Yeah, like normal.
Hear that, Jared? You're going to die.
Yeah.
Well, rip Jared.
Oh,
So who's all? Oh, I never did. Dmoice.
Yep.
For the sake of your character sheet, or your
Yeah.
attributes, is that with or without the positive negatives?
That's with.
That's with. Okay.
Yes.
Um.
I mean, I can re-roll if you
Knock.
want me to.
Knock your charisma down to 20. Knock your wisdom down to 18. And then knock your con from the 17, knock it down to 15. And I'll call it good.
Okay.
Instead of making you reroll every single one, I'll just take. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Essentially, I'm taking 5 points off.
That's fine. I'm sorry, I totally misunderstood. That was my fault.
It's alright.
Marcus, do you have the
your
fucking
first time.
crafting section page?
The what?
Off the top of your head? The whole crafting system. Do you know what page that's on?
Crafting. What?
item creation feats. They're mixed into the regular feats.
Yeah.
Oh, was it,
You
is it
just have to
covered
look
under
through
that?
them.
Let's see.
There's,
That's-
yeah, they're mixed in with regular feats. It took me a while to figure out where the hell Scribe Scroll was.
Like,
I
Brew
think Pathfinder
Potion is
book
on
is-
89. Which one are you looking for particularly?
Well, I'm talking the craft skill. It's not an actual feat. It'd be weaponsmithing. I'm just trying to remember what the hell the like the costs of materials and stuff were. Since you guys are talking, I may as well look up something.
Gotcha. How many people are ready?
I'm more or less ready.
I'm doing
More or
my-
less, I just need to write down my spell stuff.
Yeah, same here. I just gotta write down spell stuff.
So, just make sure. So, I'm just gonna go down the line. Dmoice, you have all your attributes, skills.
Yep.
It's like health, AC,
What the
initiative,
fuck is
reflex, base attack bonus. All that's done.
Base attack bonus. What?
That's through
What
your
Determined by
class.
Okay. I don't have that.
For the most part, almost every square should be filled with something. Whether even if it's a 0, it should in a sense be filled. You don't have to enter a 0. It's just
If
so
it's
like
blank, assume it's a 0.
right. So like base attack bonus is based on your class. Some of them are gonna have a 0. Some of them are gonna have a 1 at your first level.
Okay, mine does have 0, so okay.
Right.
Base attack bonus, okay, and the HP was set determined by
HP,
select thing.
your HP is set by your class and then again your con modifier. Con modifier.
So my con is 15, and for the
So
class,
what's the modifier then?
it would be 2.
Yep. So you add 2, not 15, but 2.
Okay, so my HP would be 2.
No. So you have 2 from your con, and then your class says like 1d4, 6, 8, 10, whatever it says. But for level 1, I let you have max roll. Whatever dice it says, the max roll. So if it's a d10, that's 10 plus your con modifier. So
Okay.
do you see where it says starting health? Or
I'm
health?
looking for that at the moment on my class, sorry. Let's see, abilities, race, alignment, starting gold, starting age, class skills, class features. Where would the starting health be? I don't see it. I see like the skill modifier, like the ranks. I did the ranks. It's got 4 in Constitution for ranks, but I'm not seeing starting health.
Just give me a second, real quick. I'll look.
It's probably a D4 or a D6. Since you're gonna be probably a long-range caster.
It says for your character.
Cause I'm looking at this and I'm thinking I might be just being completely dumb here.
No, actually, on this I don't.
It
see
doesn't.
myself.
It doesn't. I don't see it at all.
Well, it's not a book class, is it?
It's not a normal class. It's
Okay.
It's just a variant of Warlock.
yeah.
It's basically the same thing, just instead of being evil or going off of demons and fiends, it's going off of celestial. It's just so that it's nothing necessarily different or altered. It's altered, but it's not whatever.
I guess
I don't know what I'm trying to say.
I'll just look up Warlock and I'll
Yeah, that's
do
the
it based
easy
on
way.
that.
Warlock, it should be the same health. D6.
Okay, D6 plus 2.
Yep.
So with the
So
short
8.
bow, would I be adding my dex or my strength to my attack bonus?
All ranged gets dex. All melee gets strength.
Unless
If you
it's
take
a
weapon
finesse
finesse, then you can add dex instead of strength.
Well, I would have been better off at just giving me 2. I got 3 HP. Woot.
No. Starting level, get max. So the D6 is a 6.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So
you bastard,
start
you
at
have
8.
more health than me.
If anyone rolled their health, don't do that. Give yourself
okay.
max.
Yeah,
Okay,
Marcus,
so
we're adding our comment
8.
to that, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Woohoo! 14 hit points.
Fuck all of you.
8
I have,
HP.
I have
8.
6. I have 6.
To be fair,
God
I
damn
am your front line, Lothcal.
Okay.
I'm more of a defensive fighter, Noah, if you haven't fucking realized that.
And I'm more of an offensive fighter, so we balance.
Yeah.
Too bad we don't
Alright,
have a barbarian.
I didn't know what to put for. I didn't know what to put for age just because of my race or my height.
Dungeon defenders. Whack, 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 whack.
How do you
Sorry.
determine the damage of a longbow?
It says
it'll
it
say under
on
longbow.
the thing, Tate. You are a medium
medium
character, so
creature.
you get medium. Longbow. Let me find it. Longbow, Tate, is a martial weapon. Longbows, normal longbows, not composite.
Am I still
Normal
recording?
gets a 1d8
What's
damage.
Chase doing?
And it gets a ×3 crit. Meaning on a roll of a 20, if you then roll a confirm crit, you get ×3, meaning whatever you roll ×3.
Is it 1d8 plus what, though?
What do you mean?
How do you determine its damage bonus? I got the attack bonus, which is its your base attack plus your dex.
I get what he's talking about.
Your damage
So
bonus is
this-
going to be based off of strength, Tate. There's a weapon description slightly below the table, and it says there that it's based off of strength, I believe, for bows.
So the damage bonus is based off strength.
I believe so, but you might want to go read the
No,
longbow
let-
description.
Let me check real quick.
I know it's like that for short bows, but I don't know about for longbows.
Because it doesn't say it, it just gives a rough estimate.
Did I just find a typo in this book?
Yeah, there is one typo I know of where it says sap, its damage is 1d63, which it really,
Yeah.
it's supposed to be a small 3.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking...
Bolas has the same thing, 1d43.
I'm so getting the spell sap.
No, it's not a spell, it's an item.
Ah, damn it.
No. No, what I'm talking about is fucking for the starter set for dwarf fighters. It says for the bonus fighter feat to take improved initiative, but that's not marked in the table for a fighter feat.
It's probably not considered just
Okay.
a fighter feat.
Tate,
But it
for
says
damage.
for a bonus fighter feat to take it.
Tate, for damage.
Okay.
The longbow, if you have a penalty for low strength, so say you have a 9, which gives you a -1 to your strength, you apply that to the longbow. If you have a high strength, so say a 15, which gives you a +2, you can apply that to composite longbows, not regular longbows.
So what applies to the longbow then?
Nothing. It's just the die.
Calb, I don't think that's
Short-
Yeah.
Short bows are the same for the person who took short bow. You have to have a composite short bow to add your strength to the damage.
Hey, Slander.
What's that? Okay. So I don't get a damage bonus on the bow.
No. Short bow and longbow do not get a damage bonus. Composite longbow and composite short bow do.
Calb, I don't think that's a typo. I think it's just saying, because you are a fighter, take this bonus feat. I think they just worded it really badly.
You see what I mean, though, right?
Yes.
Like,
Take the bonus fighter feat. It should say, take this bonus feat because you are a fighter.
Where are you looking? The fighter pre-made?
Yeah, it's on page 40.
We're doing 3.5 Slander, not 5.0.
Oh, sorry, it's at
39.
top.
Yep, 3.5.
It's at 39, just above. On
Are you talking about where it says bonus feat fighter? Whatever.
Yeah, if strength is 13 or higher, blah blah blah. Yeah.
What it's referring to is not bonus feat fighter as in the name. What it means is you get a feat for being you, and then as a fighter you get your bonus feat because fighters get 2 feats at the beginning. I believe.
It's just fucking worded horribly.
Well, yeah. What it means is if your strength is 13 or higher, take power attack. If it's 12 or lower, take improved initiative. That's all it means.
Assuming
It's
you were
saying
going with
do
that
one
anyway.
one or more.
Is it 10 silver to 1 gold?
100.
100?
I thought it was 100 based.
Yeah.
Everything.
Okay. I wasn't
Everything's
sure if it was
100.
100 based.
I'm gonna ignore a lot of gold or a lot of silver and platinum, or not platinum. A lot of silver and bronze. The only point that I'll have with silver is typically when it's just to be a thing. But
Silver and weapons.
for the most part, I'm just dealing with gold.
Well, yeah, no,
The
I was
only reason
asking
it's
because I'm
silver-
like getting my bedroll and shit, and it's a 1 silver cost.
Right. Like, if you want to keep track of it, go for it. But let me know that you want to actively keep track of it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's
Well,
going to be somewhere if a
Marcus.
drink costs, say, a silver. That means you're probably buying a medium drink. You know, it'll be like a cost of silver. Whatever.
Yeah, I'll
You
keep
randomly
track
find
of it as
silver
best I
piece
can.
on the floor.
Marcus, I'm one of those people that will be keeping track.
Okay.
I'm going to try.
I'm very bad about it. That's why I typically ignore and I buy things in bulk to the point of gold.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I can't. My brain doesn't work that way.
Well, the other issue I have with doing stuff like that is fucking I'm not doing that with candles and stuff like that because that would literally put me way above light loads and stuff like that quite easily.
Right. Well, no, when I say bulk, I don't mean like you buy a whole bunch of candles.
Also, candles don't have a weight.
I mean like, say you buy an item and it's 99 silver. I'll purposely then find a 1 silver item and just buy it so it's 1 gold. Even if there's no point, like, why'd you buy this candle? Because it made it a gold piece instead of silver. And now I have a candle. What are you going to do with it? I don't know. Melt
Maybe
it on
someone
someone?
needs it as a spell reagent. Maybe we need it to light up a dark cave.
What? No. Absolutely melt it above someone and have it drip wax on their head.
No,
Or on
we
their
need to get your
chest.
warlock in here.
I always play, or for the most part, I always play neutral characters that go more towards being chaotic while following the laws. So basically, I play an asshole.
So is it 100 for
Go
both
figure.
copper to silver and silver to gold?
Yeah, it's 100 copper to 1 silver, 100 silver to 1 gold, 100 gold to 1 platinum, and then technically 100 platinum to 1, like, crystalline currency. But the only thing that goes above platinum, technically, in terms of currency, is the planes. And even then, in terms of the normal world, you're almost never going to see platinum. So, most things are typically gold. The big thing when I point out something with like silver is typically to point out, not necessarily to make a person feel bad or feel proud or whatever, just to point out so they understand, because there will be times where a player, I kind of explained this once before, but where a player will take a gold piece from a whole bunch of villagers and leave and be like, all I did was take 1 gold, and it's kind of a thing of like, you understand they make about 50 silver a year. You took 2 years worth of payment from everyone in that town. Like, you hurt them.
Adventurers, the destroyers of the economy.
Exactly. And
Any special restrictions on special substances like acid and whatnot?
not really, but if the more magical it is, the harder it should realistically be to find. So like alchemist fire. Acid, you have a flask and you found acid, I guess.
Yeah, I'd imagine that'd be pretty easy to find.
Like
Can
acid would be easy,
fill my bag
alchemist
of
fire
holding
would be
with
hard.
Alchemist fire?
No,
Damn it.
please don't.
Smokes-
I know exactly what you're referring to.
I know.
God damn
You
it,
told
man.
us the damn story.
Exactly. Again, I can't stop you. That's the thing. I technically can't stop you.
But you can make
He-
bad shit happen.
He can make it go horribly
Right.
wrong.
I can
So
always
smoke stick would be difficult.
Well, I don't believe necessarily, and I do sometimes have to use it, but most of the time I try to avoid DM Rule 0. Rule 0 is I overrule it because I'm the DM. I try to avoid that, and what I'll typically do is roll percentile or a d20 to determine, the thing. So if it's a thing where I'm like, he's gonna throw 6,000 alchemist fire on this thing at one time, I'm gonna roll a percentile, and if it hits below a certain percent, they're gonna hit in midair, and the character's also gonna get hurt, along with the boss.
Or the boss becomes immune to fire after the first tiny bit of fire that hits him.
Well, probably not that. No, they'll probably both die. But at least the player knows they have to make a new character.
It's self-sacrifice.
Right. But it's just one of those things. I don't like really doing Rule 0, but if it's something where I'm like, fuck, they're breaking it. Or they're doing something that's just crazy that I would probably do, then I'll leave it to chance to see if something happens. And I know some people are like, well, that's dumb because whatever. It's like, well, I like randomness. I like the random percentile chance of something going wrong. Because that's real. Because that's kind of how it works.
Okay, I think I have most of my key.
Okay, so just to go down the line, looking at Mumble, Dmoice, are you all set?
Yeah, I was just writing the last of my spells. I'm almost done with
All right,
the
you're just
spells.
writing down spells. Jared,
Yeah.
all good?
Yeah, I'm just copying over my equipment from my rough draft.
Okay. I already know you're good to go, Kelb. Said it a few times.
Fucking hate the goddamn book about the fucking crafting because I still can't fucking find it. To the internet.
I mean, we can find it later. It won't be too big of a deal right away. At least it shouldn't be. Lamb?
I need to write down my spells, but I can do that when we start.
Okay. Otherwise, if you
That
have
I
a player
believe
handbook
I've
and you
done.
know what your spells are, if you write down the name, you're always able to look in the book to find the spell. It
Yeah,
would
and
be
I'm
smart to write them
highlighting the ones
down
I
later.
have.
I personally do that myself.
Yeah,
Write down
no,
the
I've
descriptions of
already
them. But
got my note cards prepared.
yep. Noah, you good to go?
You're muted.
Noah?
Noah.
I was muted, god damn it.
God
Looking
damn.
at the goods and services, grabbing stuff with the extra gold I got.
Okay. You don't have to spend all your gold. I'm just pointing that out. You guys don't have to spin yourself down to 0.
I just like to be prepared, as it is a
Forgot
motto
the
I am
stat
forced to
starters.
live by.
Right. And then Tate, are you good to go?
I've just assigned all of my actual attributes to skills. I just need to look up a couple things, such as like what I'm gonna learn for profession, or what I'm gonna learn for craft.
Yeah, I actually had to relook up what craft skills I can get. So, the thing to do later, though.
Other than that, Tate, are you good to go though? Do you have like your fortitude, reflex, attack bonus,
Generally,
weapons?
You said HP automatic at 8, right?
Your
Mine's
HP is your
D8.
yep. So then it's an 8 plus your
And
con
then
modifier.
plus 0.
Yep. I wouldn't worry about profession for now, Tate. You can decide it as you go, but let's try to get everything set so we can actually start some of the role playing before, the night ends.
Yeah. I'm good. Okay, I got all my
Yeah.
spells wrote down. I didn't have enough room, so I just kind of overlaid.
I mean,
Does
some
that
of you
only
might not
give me
even do
slots,
too much
so-
other than role playing tonight anyway, depending on how far you get. As far as actively even rolling to an extent, you might, but you might not. I'm just pointing that out. I have this kind of started slow, and then it picks up, and then it branches you off, where some of you will do something, some of you won't do something, and then you get back together. And from that point, it's kind of your own decision whether or not you stay together, or, split the party.
Hey Marcus, did you want to make the note cards now or no?
Right
Whatever
now I won't worry
information
about
you
them.
want from us.
I intended to just use a piece of paper and write it down for my own personal use. I do have note cards hidden, as an example, note card. But these are so if I have to give a player something,
Shiny.
I can throw it over there and let them see. What happens if you have a hand? No. Well, there that goes.
I think I disabled the hands. I can. Oh wait, no, it is enabled.
Well, this is a note card, so it might not go into a hand. Nope.
Yeah, I might not
Oh,
be
there it
counting.
is. Nope.
Could just flip it upside down and just place it. Flip it upside down, place it to them. Yeah.
That's true.
Well, and we can always create a hidden zone.
Right.
temporarily.
It's just so if, like, say, one of you gets possessed,
Yes.
or one of you is actually the villain the whole time, I can give you hidden.
Dun, dun,
I can give you messages so you know what to do. Otherwise, it's gonna be me typing it to you, and people don't want to hear me taka.
That's
Nope.
what you
Not
think.
at all. Don't want to fucking hear a damn thing.
All the taka.
All the time. So don't worry about crafting that.
Not for now. You can later. I'm not saying don't. It's just I haven't even introduced you and had you walk into the city yet. So,
Yeah.
Really starts crafting the city.
right. All right. So for all intents and purposes, I'm gonna write down real quick as you introduce yourself, and we'll go around the table.
And I'm gonna cycle the recording.